Finish him. Kill the guy now. You have the gun. Hit him.
What? What is this?
Good day, sir.
You are watching Jackie Pan in my house.
No, it's King Kong, sir.
King Kong. You've never heard of ACTV before in your life? ACTV is very educative, informative, and there are football sport there. There is entertainment. There are a lot of things you can even attend lectures here. All you know is watch all those nonsense artists and do nonsense, or you watch nonsense on TV. Last night you almost came in bed with your fist.
It's not me, sir.
And you wake up every morning, the bed will be so rough, like you've been fighting kung fu in your dream. That's the reason why you have F's in your courses, like especially made for you.
I have you last semester.
We eat by pounds on you. Very stupid. Oh yeah, change that section to ACTV right now. And oh God, the baby wants to have the first born. Stupid boy.
Greetings to you over there, viewers at home. Nice meeting you again on this topic which says Music 111, Theory of Music. So we are going to continue from where we stopped during the last class. So we were on the aspects of identifying lines and spaces on the staff by making use of musical notes. So that is what we are going to quickly start. But after that, we are going to, the main topic for today is that we want to discuss key signature. So, but before discussing key signature, we are going to start from the previous one, which is the musical note, just to give ourselves a kind of a flashback from what we have done in the past. So, when you look at your screen, you can see the various notes we have there, which is the semi-brief, the minim, the crochet, and the quiver. So, and after that, we discussed the semi-quiver and the demi-semi-quiver. So, these musical notes are the one we put on the staff. When you move to the next page, where we have identification of lines and spaces. So we have various kind of these notes on the staff. So it is not only the alphabet that you put on the staff, but it is the musical notes that you put on the staff. So, but when it comes to dotted notes, you have your dotted semi-brief as the first note. You have the dotted minim as the second note. Likewise, you have the dotted crochet. So the first one, which is the one that is having a circle with a dot, and that one is the semi-brief. The semi-brief is called dotted semi-brief. It's different from ordinary semi-brief. A semi-brief has only two meanings as the quality of that note. But why the second one is having, the dotted semi-brief I'm talking about is having three meanings. So, and you have, as you have it on your screen, so you have the dotted semi-brief. You can see the three meanings written at the front of the dotted semi-brief. So, which means that in a dotted semi-brief, you are having three meanings. So, and likewise, when you move down, the one that is written as dotted minim is also having three crochets. Dotted minim has three crochets. Ordinary minim has two crochets, but a dotted minim consists of three crochets, which means if you are to count it, we did it during the last class, but this is just to refresh our brain about what we have done in the last class. The dotted crochet is the next one, which is having three quavers. Dotted crochet has three quavers, but if it is going to be an ordinary crochet, is going to have only 2 quavers. So I told you that the dot is serving as half of the note. If you have a dot coming after a semi-brief, that dot is half of the semi-brief. If a dot is coming after a minim, the dot is half of the minim. If a dot is coming after a crochet, the dot is half a crochet. So that is why when you have a semi-brief comprises of 2 minim. So the moment you have a dot after it, making it a dotted semi-brief. So that dot is adding another extra minim onto the semi-brief. So because of our time, we are not going to stay more on this. We will move to the next discussion. You can see the next one, identification of lines and spaces. So you have E, G, B, D, F, E, C, A, G, D, F. So that is the name of the notes placed on the staff. So the name of the notes, one after the other, is written below it. But the next one will not give you any name. So at this junction, you are to identify each of the notes, one after the other. So the first one, making use of a semi-brief. The second one, making use of a minim. The third one, a crochet. The next one, a quiver. And the last one, before the bar. So that one is a semi-quiver. All you have to do is to write out the name of the notes, one after the other. So unlike the previous one given to you, where you have the names of the notes. So, but for you to identify it, I gave you formula. If you are to identify lines and spaces on the treble stave, so lines on the treble stave will give you every good boy deserves favor. Lines on the bass stave gives you good boys deserves favor always. Good boy deserves favor always. Why? Spaces on the treble staves gives you face, spells your face. So, and the spaces on the bass staves gives you A, C, E, G, which means all cow eat grasses. You can use, like I told you, you use those formulas for identifying. If you have forgotten about each of the lines and spaces, you can use the formula to remind yourself of the lines and spaces. Now we move to the next one. We want to talk about key signature, but what we want to use the key signature for is what is common to majority of choirs. You know, I told you if you are to sing in a choir, you make use of a tonic suffer by singing your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So when you use that for singing in the choir, so there is a way you identify that on your staff. And that is why we call the staff music language. That is the platform where you write your music language. So your staff, if you want to put your note on the staff, there is what we call key signature. So these are the symbols we use for divining the key in which your piece of music is written. But before getting to the aspect of key signature, we quickly want to identify, this is your tonic suffer. You have technical names for the tonic suffer we are talking about. So if you want to give your technical names, so you will have to, for example, if you are not a music scholar. If a music scholar is talking and started mentioning these technical names one after the other, you will not know what they are saying. But if I'm talking about do, if I'm talking with another music scholar, if I mention the term tonic, you will think I'm talking about tonic Fanta or whatever. So, but it is not tonic Fanta. It is tonic talking about the home key, the first key, the first degree of your scale. If you are running your scale like I did the other time, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, that is ascending. So your tonic, which is the first note, is the same thing as do. is the same thing as what? Do. So, and that is the first note of the scale. And like you have your table written on the screen, so you have the first degree of your scale, which is your do. Your do is the tonic. That is the technical name. So if you don't want to say do, you can easily talk with somebody who is a music scholar by saying, I'm talking about the tonic. So the tonic is the do. The second degree, which is supertonic. Supertonic will sound re. So that is your the technical name for the second degree of your scale. The third degree of your scale, which is mediant, that is it will sound mi. The third degree of your scale will sound mi. So, and the fourth degree of your scale will sound fa, and that is the subdominant. Subdominant is the fourth degree of your scale. And the fifth degree of your scale is dominant. Dominant will sound so. So, the sixth degree, that is the submediant. Submediant, after that, you have a T. Sorry, there is an error there where you have your submediant. So it's supposed to carry a T. That is S-U-B-M-E-D-I-A-N-T. Submediant. So that is your La. Then the next note, which is your leading note. And your leading note will sound T. So, and why the last note, which is the tonic again, when you run your scale, you have to run from the tonic to tonic. So that is why you have the 8th degree of your scale sounding do again. So it is from do to do. And that is your tonic. The tonic being repeated one more time. So we have your tonic, your supertonic, your mediant, subdominant, dominant, submediant, leading note, and tonic, and which is also equivalent to reading your solfa, which says do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That is ascending. Then for the descending, you have do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That is the descending. Now, I move to the next item, which I called the key signature. The key signature. The essence of discussing the technical names is because we are going to make use of those items when you are to describe your key signature. Your key signature, so as you have it, is the symbol placed at the beginning of the staff after the clef, indicating the key in which a piece of music is written. So this is the symbol you have on the staff. It is on the staff you place your key signature. And you know, we discussed during the previous class various kind of clefs that we have. So your key signature is coming immediately after the clef. While putting your clef on the staff and you have already given a name to the staff, the next thing to put there is the key signature. So the key signature is a symbol. So placed at the beginning of the staff after the clef, indicating the key in which a piece of music is written. So now we have two major symbols. Not really major, they are the two symbols we use for describing our key signature. The first one is known as the sharp. The sharp, the symbol for the sharp, that is like a ladder. It looks like a ladder. You can see at the front of your note, you have your sharp. Your sharp looks like a ladder, while the next one is known as the flat. The flat looks like B, like letter B. So that is the symbol for a flat. Those two symbols are being used for constructing your key signature. So it can be one and it can be more than one. It depends on the key in which your music, the music you are dealing with is being written. So now you have the next table that you have on your board is known as the table for your key signature. And this key signature are the sharp keys. So when you have a sharp symbol and a flat symbol for describing your key signature. So that means you have that is F sharp. The second one is D major, which is 2 sharp, F and C. The third one, A major. A major. Now I will start all over again to remind you of the sharp keys. So when I talk about your key signature, I told you that is the key in which your piece of music is written. Then you have two symbols you use for indicating your key signature. The first one is a sharp symbol, and the second one is a flat. So when a sharp is being used, you refer to such a key as sharp keys. When a flat is used, you refer to that flat as what? As a flat, you refer to that key as a flat key. Now you see the table below is indicating the table of the sharp keys, the sharp keys. So your sharp keys is starting with the key that has only one sharp, the key that has two sharps to three sharps to four sharps, four sharps to five sharps, five sharps to six sharps, and to seven sharps. The first key is known as G major. G major has only one sharp. G major with only one sharp. So, and I will give you another formula that if you forget any of this list, even if you don't have this table with you, you will have that formula as a reminder. That formula will remind you of how to write out your list one after the other. So now the first one G major, the second one D major, the third one A major with three sharps, that is F, C, and G. The fourth one A major with F, C, G, D. The fifth one B major with F, C, G, D, A. The next one F sharp major with F, C, G, D, A, E. The next one C sharp major with F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So now, I told you that you might have forgotten about this list, the list of the sharps. So as they follow each other, there is what we call a formula. You have a formula you can use for listing both the name of the keys, and the formula you can use for listing both the name of the sharps that belongs to each of the key. Now, the first one I told you that you have your G major as the first key of the sharp keys. And I told you that the sharp you have for that key of G major is known as F sharp. So that means key of G major has only one sharp. And that sharp is what? F sharp. The second one, which is D major, it has two sharps. And that sharp is F and C sharp. So the formula I want to give you is that the arrangement of this note one after the other is just a 5 counts. You have what? A 5 counts from one key to the other key. And likewise, the sharps you have for each of the keys, you have your 5 counts from one sharp to the other sharp. Now, giving you the first key, G major. G major, you have to count from G major to the next key. So, in which you have G, A, B, C, D. That is the 5th alphabet. From G again, I count G, A, B, G, A, B, C, D. So you can see D is the 5th alphabet next to G. So that is why you have D major as the next key with 2 sharps. So 2 sharps, and those sharps are what? You have F and C. I will tell you how you get your C after F. You know the first sharp is F sharp. Then for you to get the second sharp, you have to count from F2. F, you have F, G, A, B, C. You know I told you after your G, you go back to A. You don't have H. We don't have H in music. So immediately you have your G, you go back to A. So you have your F, G, A, B, C. C is the 5th alphabet to F. And that is why C is the second sharp to the key of D major. Likewise, you know I told you from G, you count 5 and it will give you D. D is the second key. Then from F, which is the first sharp, if you want to get the second sharp, you count 5 and it will give you C. So you have F and C for the key of G major. Then the next key, which is A major, you count 5 from D. You count 5 from D. That means you have your D, and from D you have D, E, F, G, A. Again, D, E, F, G, A. And that will give you the next key that has 3 sharps. That is A major as the 3rd key. Then you have gotten F and C as the sharps for D major. Then you want to get the 3rd sharp that will belong to the key of A major. You count from C, you count 5. So from C you have C, D, E, F, G. And that is the 5th. And G is the 3rd sharp, which means you have F, C, and G for the key of A major. Then the next key from A, because A is our 3rd key with 3 sharps, so you count 5 again from A, and it will give you the next key, which is A, B, C, D, E. That is the 5th key, which is the 4th key, which is E major with 4 sharp. Then the next sharp for, you know, you have gotten F, C, G. Those are the 3 sharps. We want to get the next one, which is F. From G to get the next one, you have G, G, A, B, C, D. G, A, B, C, D. You stop on D and it will give you the next sharp, which is the 4th sharp. So then the next key, again, B major. From E, you can count 5 again. Then it will give you the next key. From E, E, F, G, A, B. That is the 5th alphabet. Then that will give you B major as the next key. Then we have gotten F, C, G, D, right from E major. Then we want to get the next sharp to make the 5th sharp for B major. And that will give you from D, which is the last sharp. You will count 5 again. It will give you D, E, F, G, A. So you can see the next sharp is A. So likewise, I want to say something about this next key, which is F sharp major. F sharp major, is not like the previous major keys that we have been discussing, right from G major, D major, A major, E major, B major. On getting to F, you don't call it F major. You will have to put sharp. There is a name I used to call this key. I used to call them selfish key. Selfish keys, which means that they are selfish in the sense that other keys are sharp keys, but they are not carrying this name on top of themselves. But on getting to F, you will have to call sharp along with it. If you don't call that sharp, you are wrong. So it must be F sharp major. You must name it with that sharp, F sharp major. So now the number of sharps you have there, you have your F, C, G, D, A, E. You know how we got our our E from A. How do you do that? You count 5 from A. It will give you. You can do it on your own. It will give you the next one, which is E. Now the last key, which is C sharp major. C sharp major. From F sharp major, you are going to count your 5 again. It will give you the next. From F, G, A, B, C. And that is the last key, which is C sharp major. C sharp major is also like F sharp major. You have to call that sharp name. If you don't put the sharp name there, you are wrong. You must call it C sharp major. And the last, the number of sharps you have there, you have your F, C, G, D, A, E, B. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So, and that is, you know how we got our, from A to B, which is the last one. So you count your 5 and it will give you the last sharp. So this is the list of the sharp keys that we have in music. Now, if you are talking about these sharp keys, so you have to make use of these symbols that we are talking about, which is key signature. You have to put them on your staff. It is not listing them like you have your list. So the list is not what we need. The list will not help you in singing. The list will not give you how to read your music on the staff. But the list will only give you a way on how to list your sharps on the staff. So now we are going to do this another time. We are going to do this another time. So, but now you have gotten a way in which you are going to list your sharp. Then we move to the next one because of our time. So the next one is known as the flat keys. The flat, I've given you the sharp keys. Then the flat keys. The clue there when you are talking about the sharp key is that you count 5. But for the flat keys, the clue there is that you are going to count 4. You count 4. So from the first key, which is F major. The first key is F major. From F major, you can see the reason why I told you that under the sharp keys, if you don't put sharp there, you are wrong. You know, you might have called that one F major, but it is F sharp major. But this one now is F major, which is under the flat key. That is the difference between the two keys. So the F major will give you B as the first flat. B as the first flat. So you must remember this for you to be able to calculate the other list of the flat keys and their flats. So then the second key is your B flat major. Now the first one says F major. That is the only key that you could refer to as an unselfish key, because it is a flat key, but you don't call the flat name along with it. You only call it F major. But other flat keys, you must call the flat name along with them. So the second one is B flat major. B flat major. So from F, you count 4. F, G, A, B. F, G, A, B. It will give you the second key, which is B flat major. So, and then the flats too. You will count from B, you count 4. That is a B, B, C, D, E. B, C, D, E. And that one will give you what? That will give you E as the second flat for the key of B flat major. The next one is E flat major. From B, you count 4. It will give you E flat major. So I need not to count this. You can count this on your own. So, and it will give you the next. The next one is B, the flat, which is B, E, A. B, E, A. From E, you will get your A, which is the fourth to E, the fourth alphabet to E. Then the next one, you have your A flat. From E, when you count your 4, it will give you A. And that is, let me do this for you. You have E, F, G, A. and that one gives you A flat major. A flat major will give you 4 flats, which is B, E, A, D. So, and the next one is D flat major. D flat major will give you B, E, A, D, G. So, and the next one is G flat major. G flat major will give you B, E, A, D, G, C. So, and the last one is C flat major. C flat major will give you B, E, A, D, G, C, F. You know the way we are counting our alphabet. So if you want to move from one key to the other, the major thing is that get the first key, then keep counting 4. For flat keys, F major is the only key that doesn't carry flat. Others carry flat. So you have, after B, F major, you count 4, it will give you B flat. You count 4, it will give you E flat. You count 4, it will give you A flat. You count 4, it will give you the next key. On and on like that till you have all your flat keys. So that is the list of your flat keys. I told you, listing them is not the major thing. Listing them is not what? Is not the major thing. The major thing is putting them on the staff. So for today's class, we are not going to list this key signature. We are not going to put them on the staff. We will only give you the list for today. Then the next class, we are going to have the list of this key signature on the staff. So, and until then, that I will come your way again. I wish you peace in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Okay.
Finish him. Kill the guy now. Grab the gun. Hit him.
What? What is this?
Good day, sir.
You are watching Jackie Pan in my house.
So it's King Kong, sir.
King Kong. You've never heard of ACTV before in your life? ACTV is very educative, informative, and there are football sport there. There is entertainment. There are a lot of things you can even attend lectures here. All you know is watch all those nonsense artists and do nonsense, or you watch nonsense on TV. Last night you almost came in bed with your fist.
It's not me, sir.
And you wake up every morning, the bed will be so rough, like you've been fighting kung fu in your dream. That's the reason why you have F's in your courses, like especially made for you.
I have it last semester.
We eat by pounds on you. Very stupid though. We are changing that section to ACTV right now. And oh God, the baby wants to have the first born. Stupid boy.